Okay guys, first we are going to start out with this frame. I painted it black and dry brushed it white. I lost the footage of me painting it black, so I'm sorry about that. I'm new at this once again, and I am trying. But anyways, we just done a layer of black paint. It was already black, but I wanted the matte finish and the chalky finish, you know, of the Waverly. So we done that ink and then the Waverly white. After that, I took a piece of foam board, sized it out, cut it out, and done a layer of white Waverly chalk paint. Just one even coat of that done the trick. Once again, it's already white. You're just putting that finish on there. Then I had these three little pictures, the cow, pig, and chicken from Dollar General. I loved them. They're so cute. And they were only $1. And so I took those and painted it in ink from Waverly, my favorite. So done an even coat of that, not too perfect because we're once again going to dry brush it with the Waverly white. Now you can do this in whatever color fits your decor. I just have a whole black and white theme going on with this sign, this picture. It ends up so cute. I'm so proud of it. So I don't know what's taking so long painting this in the black, but we eventually get it done. So you're just going to get the, you know, all of it, top, middle, sides, because it will show on the picture. Then here is where you dry brush those with the Waverly white chalk paint. And you just go in the same direction so it don't look too messy. So you want to find the middle of your board. It ends up being like 30 inches or something. I'll put the measurements in the description box, but you find the middle, and I'm sure you guys have done this. You put a piece of spacer tape, then you put another piece of tape, then you take up the spacer tape, put it back down, and then you place your next piece of tape, because we are doing a buffalo check pattern on this foam board. My recording does get better, you guys. I am sorry, I did not realize I was recording with just my phone up and down. I thought it was horizontally recording, and it wasn't, so I apologize. But it gets better at the end of the video, and I'm getting better every time I do this. So anyways, stick with me, guys. Stick with me. So we just get all of the tape placed. We're going up and down first. Then once your tape is placed, you're going to do a coat, brushing away from the sides of the tape. And do just even coat of that and let it dry. Then once that is dry, we're going to place more tape. Find your middle, going down, then place your spacer tape and place your real tape. Then you know how that goes. We're going to do another layer of elephant, brushing away from the tape. When you're by the sides, just you'll be able to tell to prevent the bleeding. So we're just going to get that going and let that dry. Then we will leave that tape, leave it, don't pull it up, just leave it. And then we're going to place tape back down where we painted the first time. Not where the tape was, but where we painted. You'll be able to see it. Then we're going to do a layer of black just on, you'll see, right? You'll make squares. And you'll paint all of the squares black all the way down the side. Then comes the fun part. You're going to pull up the tape and reveal your pattern. This was my first time ever, and I've never done it because I thought, I was intimidated. I just thought it was going to be harder than it was, and it's not that hard. Then here it is, you guys. So then we're going to put it back in our frame. It fits pretty snug because we added a piece of foam board. Then we take our pictures and hot glue them down in the middle. Just find where you want to place them first and evenly place them down. And then take hot glue and glue it. But place them before you commit so you don't have a boo-boo. You do not want to mess up your buffalo check because it's easy, because it's paper and you just got to be gentle with it. So we take our hot glue, glue those pictures all down. I do the two ends first, and then I do the middle one. So then I still thought I was missing a little something, so I wanted to add some greenery next and a little bow. So we just take our greenery, lay it down, and hot glue it. And then to cover it up, we make a bow and a piece of jute, tie it, and cut off the excess. Fluff up your bow, and then dovetail the ends. Hot glue everything down where you want it. And I used a stick. I ended up taking the bow and kind of using the bow to make sure both sides was nice. Then I took a piece of jute. I made a little shoelace bow. And I hot glued that. And here we are, you guys. It's so pretty. I am just proud. So here is our next one. I took a little canister I had, some agave by Waverly, and I used half and half. Really, you probably need about 25% baking soda, 75% paint, or maybe a little, I don't know, 40% baking soda, 60% paint is really about what you need. Makes the consistency, make it look more like cement. It was actually pretty cool, my first time ever doing it, and I really liked how it turned out. I just did an even coat. It only takes one. It's so thick. And then I'm going to dry brush white on that after it's dry. So I dried it with I lost the footage of that, of me dry brushing it, but you know how to dry brush. Then I made a simple bow and I glued that on the front. Oh, first I took some jute and covered up where the ridges was for the lid. And then I placed my bow. And I also made a little jute bow to go in the middle of that. All this ribbon is from Dollartree. Then I placed my flower. And this is what it looked like. So cute, lots of texture, and it kind of looked like cement or wood. I don't know. It was a pretty finish. Rustic finish. This is 18 inches for the bigger dowel and 17 inches for the two smaller dowels. Then I took a screw. I could not film all of this. I done a lot of it outside, but I just took pilot holes and put them in both the top of the thicker dowel and the smaller dowel and screwed them in there. Then I took the crate I already had on hand. I got it from Home Goods. Don't worry about the two silver hanging things. I don't end up using them. But I just clean the surface of my crate. And then I'm going to paint it in, what is that color? I'm not sure. I'll put it in the description box. I use it all the time. It's Waverly, but do a nice even coat of that. What is that paint? Oh, goodness. It's going to drive me crazy, guys. What is it? Truffle. Do an even coat of that. Dry brush it. Once that's dry brush everything. Is my motto. I love it. It just brings out the wood finish and makes it a little higher end, a little more rustic, a little more farmhouse. Once I dry brushed it, I did cover up that metal on the sides. I done a coat of truffle in the dowels as well. So once the dowels are dry, what do you think our next step is? You guessed it. We're going to dry brush it. White by Waverly. Yay! Dry brush everything, you guys. I'm telling you. No, I'm just kidding. To each their own. I like the dry brushing and some people don't, and that's okay. That's why we all call it inspired. We all have our own style, right? So I'm going to take some wood glue and put a nice amount in the corners. And I'm sorry you can't see me, but you will see it. I think you see it. You should. Yeah, I think I show you. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't even realize you can't see me. So I just cleaned it up too because I remember it went through the little cracks. And then I put my dowels in there and you can't even see. I'm telling you, but maybe I'll show you in a minute. I can remember using this sign to try to make it even while it was drying and I was using my brad nailer. That's what I done. I used the brad nailer to nail the sides of it, just a couple, so, you know, until the wood glue dried, basically. And that's all I done. So I'm sorry you could not see me, but that's what I was doing. Then I was trying to maybe style it some and see what it might look like, or might see what might look good in there. I took some wooden letters from the Dollar Tree and dry brushed white on there and glued them to the front of the crate because I just thought it was missing something. Then I found a stencil from the Dollar Tree and used the spoon and fork out of it and stenciled that right next to the word eat. This stencil was so cute from the Dollar Tree. They have been coming up with so many cute things in their crafters corner. I am impressed. Then I used a small thin brush and Waverly white chalk paint and done a thin coat over the spoon and the fork, just using my hand to keep the stencil in place carefully. You can always replace it if you know it moves. Once that was dry, I went over it with some antique from Waverly just to, or maybe it was truffle. Either one would work. Then I dry brushed a little more white over it because I wanted too heavy. And I thought it turned out cute. I took a wreath that I got out of a 3-pack from the Target dollar spot, and I hung it with a command hook from actually the Dollar Tree. And I took a greenery plant from, I believe, Walmart, and a little pail that I had painted and put a number on it, and filled those up with, here in a minute you'll see little, like the decorative little balls of vines and different textured things. Here it is. I have the number 5, and I think those are so cute. I believe I put just a box down there and then the pail on top of the box so you could see. And there's the wreath again that I'm hanging that you can't see. And here I'm just going to show you where I added a jute bow for a little more texture. And then here is how it turns out. I had it sitting on my shelf there, and then I hung it on the wall here, and I like when it's hanging better.